Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a day in the life of a UK eBay reseller. We don't just do eBay here, we do Vinted and Amazon, so stay tuned to see what it's like to be a full-time reseller living here in the sunny side of England. So without further ado, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get straight into a very, very good jam-packed day in the life. So let's go. I tell you what a beautiful day it is today. Before we do get to the unit, we're going to pop into a charity shop to see if we can find anything to flip online on places like eBay and Vinted and Amazon for a profit. My favorite charity shop of all time, Willowbrook Hospice. Yeah, unfortunately so far nothing really for us, to be fair, but you know, you win some, you lose some. You can't always expect to come to a charity shop and spend 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds. Sometimes you'll end up just coming in, popping in, saying hello to the lovely staff members, and then probably not end up purchasing anything. But that is the nature of the game. You know, I'm struggling when I'm looking at dresses because one, I hate looking at them, and two, I hate listing them, and three, I don't know as much about dresses as I do about menswear. Nice bit of Berghaus here, but UK size 10, it's slightly on the smaller size, I think. Yeah, shame that, it's nice. Next stop, the warehouse. Warehouse, we meet again. And this is where all the magic happens. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little bit of everything. Testing, packing, picking, cleaning. We're going to clean this Oakley thing that I'm going to show you in a second. We're going to do absolutely everything. A jam-packed day on what it really is like to be a full-time reseller living here in the UK. This is the beautiful thing that we will be cleaning today. It's really, really cool. Look at that. We picked it up in the last video on the old car boot. And looking at solds and what's listed, this could make us a pretty penny. I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even £1,000 that could be worth that cabinet. It is super cool. Oh, and yeah, did I say we paid 70 quid for it? Right, that's all the admin out of the way. Let's go and pick what sold yesterday. What I'm going to do is go around the warehouse, pick everything up, and then show you exactly what sold. This is everything that sold last night. We have £260 worth of stuff. We've got our infamous Malibu sun cream, £10 each. This is a nice sale. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the Dreamcast, paid £18 in CX. Sold on eBay for £44.96. £9.99, £15. Brand new and sealed, Armoured Core, £17.95. Some Adidas trainers, some Red Fish trainers, some Fat Face trousers, a Barber quilted coat, a Mario Kart DS racing track, never seen that before, but that sold for like 25 quid. That was actually part of the Next Level Resale £10 challenge, and it's now just sold. And a keyboard and mouse. All in all, 260 quid. While I was sleeping, I will definitely take that. But now, we must pack all of that. And to be fair, that is not a bad day's worth of packing, if I'm being honest. It's really nice, easy items. I'll tell you what, with the power of editing, all of this is going to be packed in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. If only it was that quick. To be fair though, having a designated packing area does make this whole operation a lot quicker. So that took us about 20 minutes. I am not happy with these two racks. Rack in 18, rack in 19. I think we can utilize this space a lot better. For example, we can condense these. So that's what we're going to do today as well. And I'm thinking maybe we start using these for different things. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. There's things that we could do better with this space here. And that's what we're going to achieve today as well. Like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to keep ourselves accountable. And it's going to be a jam-packed day. So let's get a wiggle on. Packing is done, so that's one of the main jobs completed. We like to do that as early as possible because, to be quite frank, it's one of the worst jobs. But I'd rather do this than work for somebody else. I've just created myself a huge job because I want to condense all of this. It makes sense to do a stock take as we go as well. So we could find items that have actually fallen off eBay, because that does happen, believe it or not. Things do just fall off eBay. So I highly recommend doing a stock take twice a year, or when you're moving things like we are, or consolidating boxes, then do a stock take. And secondly, to see if any of these are actually worth listing still. So yeah, let's crack on. Box number 1 completed, but look at all that space. That's what I'm talking about when we need to consolidate them into this. Games 2, let's consolidate this and do a stock take. We have now consolidated this into the original box that we started with, and so far we are not missing anything. So eBay, you've done yourself proud. And this is exactly why you do a stock take, because in this box here that we're working through, 3 of them weren't even on eBay. And this Naval Assault is like a £35 game. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, 25 quid, and this Sega Mega Drive, that's got to be a tenner. So we've just found like 50 quid's worth of stock just chilling, not even on eBay. We were just about to get rid of this thing. We touched it and it's sold. I said in my previous video, you touch things on your eBay store, they will sell. We were literally just going to chuck that in the bin because we're doing a stock take, and we thought, we've had that for ages, we've had it up for £9.99, let's just chuck it in the bin. As soon as we touched it, no word of a lie, it just sold for £9.99. Unbelievable. Right, we are getting somewhere. Games 1, 4 and 5 all consolidated. Very good, very nice. These are all listed, so I'm happy with that as well. Right, we are getting somewhere. Box 1 completed. Games 1, 4, 5 completed. We're now going to crack this through, and I don't even think half of this stuff's listed, which is kind of embarrassing because it's currently in our listing area and I don't think it's listed. I've not seen anything like them before in my life. Yes, so everything here has been accounted for and is on eBay. So we've got the Schleich figures there and the Dagestini figures there, and they are all on eBay on a couple of multi-listings, which, if I'm being honest, I am amazed because I just didn't think they would be there. And this is another prime example why you should do stock takes. We've had these listed, well, what we thought listed for 10 years, for 2 years, but we've got 10 of them, but they're not listed. So I wonder why they haven't been selling. So off they go to the listing area. Look at that. Now that is what I want to be seeing. That looks good. And look how much space we've saved. Nearly a whole rack. I'll tell you what, I might call this video, do this now, do your stock take now, because we found a couple of pieces in a random box not listed. We've got a Sigma lens not listed. We've also got some Hunter boot socks. Again, you guessed it, not listed. Super, super important. Do some stock takes because we have found some pieces that are worth a lot of money, not listed. We now have an empty B box, which should fill up nicely with them Crocs. And voila, fits like a glove. And we've got some more space in there. We have now just moved all our SKU items of clothing one over. So that means we now have a complete empty shelf that we can fill up in the next few days. Because if you didn't know, we did our biggest ever, most expensive ever deal the other day. And it involves cloth. And a lot of cloth. So I must admit, that is a good job done so far. I say so far, but it's taken us hours today to reorganize some bits and pieces and just, yeah, keep on top of things. I've said it time and time again. Skewing up is most important. Doing stock take is also very important because we found a fair few things that have dropped off eBay. Our next job now is to sort out all of this winter coats, which we're thinking we're just going to pre-pack and put on the shelves. But yeah, because they just get in the way and they don't fit our shelving system at all. They're all different shapes and different sizes and they just get in the way. So I think we need to sort this out for once and for all. We are now organising our winter's coats. So we're trying something a little bit different. We are going to pre-pack and then just put them on the rack. So we've got 001, 002, 003, 004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You get the gist because these are not efficient at all. So we really need to start cracking on with that. Well, that's that one done. Let's crack on with another winter's coat. Oh, and yeah, if they're a little bit smaller and can go on these rails, they will go on the rails. But we just don't like to overload the rails because sometimes they can, and trust me, collapse. Because it's happened to me. They have collapsed when we put too much stuff on it. So we like to sort of spread the load over a little bit because we don't want that happening again because that was a pain in the butt. This is kind of the vision we're going for. I'm hoping that this will work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Voila, rack and 9. So if we sell any of these coats, rack and 9 in the SKU and then the number. So if it'll be rack and 9, number 2, happy days. 9 boxes later and we've condensed every single one into this racking and it's pre-packed and numbered. So when it sells, it should be pretty easy to identify which item has sold. Now left with all these boxes, which they can go in the container. I also think we're gonna get this fixed. So we've got a LCD screen bit to go there, which will make that look nice. And we've got a replacement back as well. And then we're gonna give it a bit of a clean up and maybe get that listed as well today, but it'd be good to get this finally fixed up and raring to go and hopefully get a nice 50-60 quid sale out of that. And literally all we're going to use to clean it is this isopropanol alcohol, cotton buds, and as you can see, I've already started on this contact here, and yeah, look at the difference already. That is incredible, isn't it? Literally give it a wipe through. That should get that looking like spick and span. Tell you what, after a polish and some alcohol and some cleaning wipe and some compressed air, and we have a really nice, clean condition Nintendo Game Boy. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now, I've got to make sure it actually still works before we get it listed. I'm happy with that. Tested, fully working, bish, bash, bosh. And that's going to get listed now for about 50-60 quid. Next job, we're going to get some Wii's tested. In the winter, we sold loads and loads of Nintendo Wii's, and we are still selling them quite nicely. A bundle of 6 with a Nintendo Wii console and a controller still sells for about 40 quid. And I'm not going to lie, when I say we've got about 100 of these, we legit have 100. That's like 120 Nintendo Wii's in stock. So we need to start getting some of these processed. And also in this testing area, we're going to try and get this working. This wasn't working. I think it needs a VHS head cleaner, and then we should be pretty good. It's slightly jumpy, but we've got a problem. We don't know where we have put the cleaner. Just sold 2 of these creams over on Amazon for £8.99 each, and that is about £8.50 profit. 886 grams, happy days. Now let's get a label printed off, and that will be one happy Amazon customer. As a reseller, you have to adapt to situations. I know at the start of this video we said we were going to do this, this, this and this, and we've done probably none of them things in question, but we've had to adapt. I've got this VHS working now. Just needed to do this simple thing. Literally left it playing for about an hour, and it's retracked itself. It's not shaking anymore, and that is beautiful, baby. That item there is a 50 quid item, so let's get that listed now. And we paid £5 at a local car boot sale on Sunday, which you would have seen on Thursday's video. However, before we do get this listed, let's see if we've got a sharp VHS remote control that we can bundle up with it. We might actually do, so let's see. No, that looks like a TV remote. That's a Philips. That's a Sharp. That possibly... Nah, that's more like a TV, to be honest. What's this one? Audio. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it as is. I think I'm best keeping these for my audio stuff, which I have tons of. It's still worth a fair chunk of change. You're probably looking at a 50 quid unit here without the remote. Next job. Let's see if this works. Tell you now, paper shredders, very underrated, very good money. That there, if that is working, should be looking at about £40, and we paid £5 at a local car boot. So fingers crossed, it works. We need to find some sheets of paper and a card. That is testing and fully working. I didn't want to show you it working because it's flipping noisy, and I don't want to break your ears or make your ears bleed any more than they probably do when you're actually watching and listening to my voice. So with my voice on top of a paper shredder equals a disaster. But tested, fully working, and that is a nice, easy £40 listing. So now we need to pre-pack it because, to be quite frank, I'm in a bit of a packing mood. So anything I get listed, I'm going to pre-pack because it makes my job a lot easier in the future. Bish, bash, bosh. Pre-packed and labelled and skewed, and hopefully will sell very, very shortly. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love my job. I've always said, do a job that you really, really enjoy, and it will never feel like you're working a day in your life. And this is a prime example of it. I absolutely love my job. Just gonna add this absolute banger of a football shirt. Checkers FC is a local team. Number 2 on the back, size large. A local team to where I used to live. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Love it. And that deserves a place on our collection. And there it is, right on the end. I still absolutely love this. Positive potato. I may be tiny potato, but I believe in you. Go and do your thing, guys. If you're watching this video now, go out and flip and smash it. Good luck. This video's been all about organisation, and I think it's time to reorganise this rack and clear this rack so that we've got a spare rack to use in the future, which will have something to do with clothing. So the rack that I've just pointed out here will be turned into a clothing rack or a trainer rack very, very soon. But we need to get all the stuff off here, re-skewed, put into its new home, And if it sells, we know exactly where it is in the unit. What I'm going to do is load up that rack, which is Kieran's shelf, and then every time I'm going to move an item. For example, we're going to move these Asics Gel Nusi Fast 2s onto footwear 4. All I've got to do then on eBay is change the SKU field to footwear 4. But yeah, I've got to do all of these, which seems a lot, but it isn't, because some of this is Amazon stuff as well. So I need to move all this out of here. This is going to go into container, and I'm just going to reskew all these little bits and pieces. So I'll pick up the camera when I've done that, because it's pretty a boring job, but it has to be done to keep things organized and efficient. And that's it. The last one has been moved, the faulty PS2. We've adjusted prices on some of the stuff as well, because a lot of that stuff now that's left we've had for a few months, because I think we did the challenge in February, so it's a couple of months now. So I just want to kind of get that sort of stuff moved and shifted on so that we can get some more money in our bank account to reinvest in better future stock. And all that remains is Amazon stock. And there we have it, a rack fully emptied, which we can sooner rather than later fill up pretty quickly with most of that stuff. That is the second racking sorted, reorganized, which is going to go into the stock room to help organize that massive bundle of cloth behind me. I don't really know what's got into me, but we're going to completely reorganize this room as well today. And I want to make a better goods in area, which then should make us have 3 setup, listing and testing stations. So then we have 3 TVs on the go, testing all different bits and pieces. However, we can only do that if we change this here and this desk in there, and we're going to have one big table in the middle of here, which should help us be a bit more efficient when it comes to listing, testing, and getting through things. Like at the moment, everything's just on a pile on the floor at the moment. And we tried units, and we've tried containers, we have tried racking, and nothing seems to work. So I'm hoping a massive table in the center of here will help solve that issue. But first things first, we need to completely sort this room out. And basically what we want to do is have a setup like this. So we have 2 rackings here with a footwear racking on the side. We want to duplicate that here. That is what we're going to do now. Well, that's now emptied. Oh, I'm knackered now. And here we have this side completed, which then frees up this side. Just been testing Bang & Olufsen like CD player, Bayermaster, and tape deck thingy-mabobby. And as I was cleaning it all up, because it is a little bit grubby, I found this remote. It's like £100 remote, which is absolutely crazy. It's got its back cover and it's got its official manual, which is insane. The CD player, fully tested, fully working. The Bayermaster, fully tested, fully working. Unfortunately, the tape deck isn't. And I didn't think it would because, yeah, it's a little bit decked. I think it needs a new band. Unsure. I think because of the other issues as well. I'm just going to set it as is on this occasion, just because there's too much going on there. We do some of the fixes, like band replacements, lens replacements, and all that good stuff. So we do fix a fair bit here, but I think there's just too much going on with that one, so we are just going to list it as spares and repairs. But yeah, Bang & Olufsen, absolute phenomenal brand of hi-fi system. So if you don't know, get to know that brand there. Because like I said, that remote control is over £100. I've only bloody gone and done it again. I am editing this video and I forgot to completely outro this video. So here is your outro, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have no idea what that video was, to be honest. It was supposed to be one thing. It ended up being a complete and utter different type of video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was absolutely jam-packed. We got so much done with the unit. Very happy. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you beautiful lot in the next video. Bish bash flipping